Thunder here in Minneapolis to take on the Timberwolves, and this is an interesting stretch for OKC. Going to see this team 3 times in a span of 4 games. I've got Alex Caruso here alongside me. Alex, you face some of these scheduling quirks throughout the year, but what does it take for you guys to maybe be able to win this stretch, on and off the court against a team that you're seeing so many times in such a short period?
Yeah, it'll be good to just double down on all those things that we think we need to play well to beat this team, and it'll give us answers to the test. Stuff that works, stuff that doesn't work, and ultimately, you want to play against good teams heading into the postseason. So playing against good competition, good teams is kind of what we want to do this time of year.
You guys are coming off a game in Utah, 38 assists. The ball movement was sensational. Defensive pressure once again. What do you want to take the most from that first game back from the break in terms of the sharpness and apply here tonight?
Yeah, we were popping the ball around. They played zone 99% of the game, so a lot of that was forced by them. But pretty good job, I think, of matching them on the boards last game. Number 1 offensive rebounding team in the league, and I think we might have even out-rebounded them. So that was a positive. Just continue to build on the stuff that we've been great at all year, and then continue to work on some of the stuff that we need to in different matchups to win the games.
You mentioned the zone. Minnesota has played that over the course of time, but you all were able to find, not just Chet and Isaiah Hartenstein, but you and Shea in the middle, that soft spot of the zone against Utah. How critical are those opportunities for you all to just get clear, wide open shots right there in the middle of the floor?
Yeah, zone is kind of a gimmicky defense in general. Not to say that these teams can't guard and it's not effective, but it's something out of respect of how good our offense is when the people play man-to-man, and really I think how good Shea and Dub are one-on-one. So for us, it's just about finding the spots in the zone that are open, right? There's always a gap, there's always an area that's open in the zone, and it's just about moving the ball. And we got an unselfish team, so the ball usually finds the open guy. And then from there, just being aggressive. That's part of why we had 38 assists. Is a bunch of different guys swung it to a bunch of different open guys, and they stayed aggressive and took their shots. So just continuing to do that, manipulate it.
When the ball has found you, when you've been open, you're putting it in the bottom of the net. How good does this feel, just knowing it's a long season? You had faith the whole time that these shots were going to go down for you, and it just seems like you're totally in rhythm now.
Yeah, it's part of it too is just getting used to a new team with new schemes, and not thinking as much on the court about where I'm supposed to be, and instead now I'm focused more on the rhythm of the game and pattern recognition and stuff like that. So. Yeah, that's been helpful, but also just staying true to the work. Trust and confidence hasn't wavered from any of my teammates or the staff, and that's what you want whenever you're going through a period where the ball's not going in. And now that it is, just staying true to that, keep working.
Yeah, your mindset and attitude is sending clear signals to the other guys on the team who are maybe going through this type of season for the first time or just second time. One last thing for you, just to kind of touch on Minnesota a little bit more. No Rudy Gobert and no Julius Randle, no Dante DiVincenzo, so they look a little bit different than they would normally put out there on the floor for the 82-game season. How do you deal with a team that looks a little different and might play a different style, a guy like Naz Reid and McDaniels in the way that they play?
Yeah, they're playing faster, obviously, without Rudy out there. I wouldn't say they're even undersized, just because Naz Reid's a big guy, so that they still have size at the 5 or the 4, depending on who's out there with them. But they're playing faster and they're playing a little more aggressive on defense. So for us, it should almost fit into our wheelhouse a little more, because that's how we like to play. So hopefully we can kind of feed off that energy and that flow of the game and get into a rhythm ourselves.
All right, well, good luck out there tonight against the T-Wolves. Appreciate you, AC.
Thanks, Nick.
All right, that's Alex Caruso. I'm Nick Gallo. This is Thunder Basketball.
Here a little bit. I hear you spent some time around here the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, definitely more than I'm used to in the season. It's great to be back home and see a lot of my people that I don't get to see as often as I'd like. So, yeah, it's cool.
Who'd you see and what you get to do that you otherwise wouldn't have?
Family and friends. Just got to spend more time around them, go out to eat, and kind of just hang out and catch up.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, you go.
Do you remember the last time you guys played here, a whole 10 days ago?
Yeah, I remember, yeah. That game didn't go on the right side of the column for us, so, we got to change that.
Just the matchup in general, with them missing a few guys, it seems like they're a totally different team than what they would normally be. How do you guys deal with a team that's kind of playing a different style than maybe they've put on the floor all year?
Yeah, They definitely look different and have a different play style with different guys out there who do a lot of different things. Than their fully healthy lineup. It's just an adjustment that we have to make. It's no different than what we have to do throughout the season. Every night we play a new team, and tonight's no different. We got to see them last week, and we got to learn from that game and come out better tonight.
How unique is this experience, seeing them 3 times in 4 games, and just what's that like for you guys in terms of adjusting in between games?
Yeah, it's not too often in the middle of a season you get to kind of have somewhat of a kind of a playoff series type of feel. You don't play teams back to back like that in the regular season, so it's kind of a good little challenge to play them in such a tight time span because each team's able to kind of make adjustments and come into the next game right after and see how those things work. And I'm sure they're doing the same thing, trying to be better for tonight, and that's what we do.
Can you take much from these games with Minnesota in case you meet them in the playoffs?
You take things from every single game. All 82 is important to take things from those games. Some teams you see in the playoffs, some teams you don't see in the playoffs, but every night is a chance to get better, and you have to learn from the experience, and tonight's no different.
Doug was saying after last game that he felt like you guys were growing up. I just wonder if you feel the same way and when or how you actively feel that this team is growing up.
Every single day we're getting farther away from being kids, so I just say not only as basketball players but also as young men, we're growing up and we're having a lot of progress every day.
Well, I know a lot of the criticism for last year's team was that there weren't many older guys, many vets. I guess I wonder throughout that process, like how adding Alex has maybe helped.
It's extremely helpful. Anytime you can have somebody who's been there and done it and done what you're trying to do and knows what it takes. None of us had a championship last year under our belt, so none of us truly knew what it was like, what it truly takes to do that, but he does, and he's extremely vocal in our locker room as a leader, kind of helping us understand what we have to do if that's something we truly aspire to do, and it's been extremely helpful.
And where are you, Doug? He told that story on JJ's pod about Alex bringing through the ring to the locker room. Were you around for that?
Yeah.
What'd you take away from it?
It was a heavy ring with and it was very shiny. It had the wrong logo on it, but who doesn't want one of those in their showcase at home?
Where are you on the road back to good health and to where you want to be?
I feel really good. I understand I have a long ways to go. Even if I didn't get hurt, I'd still have a long ways to go. And that's kind of the way I'm approaching it, not thinking about where I was, where I am, where I'm going to be, just focusing on where I am and how I can be better each and every day. And, when I do that, I wake up the next day feeling even better, more confident than the last.
I saw you said the other day that you didn't deserve a full All-Star break, so you came back and got back to work.
Yeah. No, I didn't play 50 games, so, I didn't feel like I, needed to use all those days off for rest necessarily. I felt like there was a lot of things that I could accomplish in those days, to make myself better, to, try and help our team. And that's what I tried to do.
Did you get used to that cold while you've been here?
Well, it's actually cold in OKC right now, so it's something.
Two different kinds of cold.
Yeah, I did it for a lot of years. It's something you never get used to. You just kind of deal with it, put up with it. But I miss a lot of things about Minnesota, but the winter is not one of them.
In that same answer the other night about you saying that you didn't deserve a full All-Star break, you said that, at least I believe you said something along the lines of you don't think you'll ever be where you want to be. Just to clarify, you meant like as a player, right?
I'm just saying if the bar is perfection, you'll never be there, but if you chase it, you'll get as close as you can.